Welcome to the Mariontrainer podcast, where transformation meets tenacity. I'm Marion Benton, a fitness coach, motivational speaker, and a living testament that setbacks are just setups for comebacks. This podcast is for my go-getters and everyone ready for change. Here, we dive into the power of perseverance, mindset, and building the habits that create a roadmap to success in fitness and in life. If you're ready to break through limits and ignite your potential, you're in the right place. It's now or never. Let's get started.
Hey, hello, everyone. And today, choices versus change. If you're not changing, you're choosing. Welcome back to another Mariontrainer Keep It Simple podcast. I'm Marion Benton, and today we're diving into a powerful concept. If you're not changing, you're choosing. This idea challenges us to take responsibility for our lives, our choices. Every day we make decisions that shape our future, and today we're going to talk about how embracing change is often a choice that leads to personal growth and success. We'll also explore insights from my ebook, Me versus Me, which you can find at Mariontrainer.com to help guide us through this journey. So if you're ready to challenge the status quo and make active choices for your growth, let's get started. All right. How's everyone doing? And I hope everyone has had a wonderful week. And we're going to start it off with an amazing topic that we're talking about. If you're not changing, you're choosing. Every moment, every day, we are faced with choices. Some are small, some seem insignificant, while others are clearly monumental. Wow. But even the smallest choices can have a big impact over time, especially when they involve whether or not to change. Exploring the concept, the phrase, if you're not changing, you're choosing, reminds us of staying the same and avoiding change. And maintaining the status quo are all choices. If we choose not to change, we inherently are choosing to accept things as they are, for better or for worse. The role of complacency, because it is uncomfortable, it's easier to stay in a familiar situation, even if it's not fulfilling or it's detrimental. This segment challenges you to reflect on areas of your life where you might be choosing comfort over growth. Let that sink in real quick. Certain areas of your life where you're choosing comfort over growth. The choice to change, and I know it can be a difficult one. Change isn't something that happens to us, it's something we can actively choose. This segment focuses on how to make the choice to change using the principles from Me versus Me to support the process. Deciding to change. The first step in making change is deciding that you want something different. And I know we've all been there. This might mean setting new goals, breaking old habits, or shifting your mindset. Actionable steps from Me versus Me. I share strategies from my ebook on how to initiate change. For example, setting small, manageable goals that lead to big changes, or using positive affirmations to reinforce your commitment to change. And I know probably at this moment here, it's a lot to digest, but I want you to realize change is inevitable in life. It is inevitable. That's the only thing that's permanent in life is change. So we're going to talk about change for growth. And now that we understand the importance of choosing change and how to start, let's talk about embracing change as a pathway to growth. Growth versus change. It often pushes us out of our comfort zones. Real hard sometimes for most of us who want to get pushed out of that comfort zone, which is exactly where growth happens. When you choose to change, you're also choosing to grow, learn, and expand your possibilities. Real life examples, I'll share stories from individuals who choose to embrace change and how it led to significant personal and professional growth. These stories highlight the resilience of courage and it takes to make such choices. That's all in the book, Me versus Me. Because sometimes, even I had to make choices to change. And one of my biggest choices was going from working in the corporate world, working for myself as an entrepreneur back in 1995. My circumstances and having an accident, it really had me thinking, and it made me see that I was only as good as my worth at that time. I was only good as I produced. And when I was no longer able to produce, there was no more space for me at the company. And what I learned from that process is the hardest thing was for me to do is to make change. And change can be very scary. But for me, it was the best thing that I did. I got out of my comfort zone and I just kept moving forward. Right place, right time, right situation, and there I was. So from the head-on collision car accident, I turned tragedy into triumph. I had, as they say, I turned all of that into a testimony, which is what I'll talk to you all about all the time. Because sometimes when tough things happen to us, circumstances that unbeknownst to us, it really throws you off, throws you into a space where you're kind of like questioning yourself, questioning your ability. Should I be doing this? Is it worth it? What do I need to do? Or how do I need to stand up for myself? And where do I go? All those questions are in your head, and it can make you almost drive you stir crazy. And then you pull it all in. You take that deep breath. You do what you have to do. If you got to pray about it, pray about it. If you got to meditate on it, meditate on it. But you got to do something. Doing nothing gets you nowhere. Only brings the mood down. Potentially could probably throw you into a depression. And it has done that to some people that I know. I'm just not going to let that happen to me. And one of the sponsors of this show, I have to break in because, just talking about change, I like making a change for your nutrition. I'm showing it to you, right? It is the Muscle Up whey protein that can be found on MariontrainerNutrition.com, or you can click on the link or MarionTrainer.com. This flavor is vanilla cream, naturally and artificially flavored, new stevia formulation, cross-filtered, microfiltered. Like literally, you could pour it in a thing of water, shake it up, and just drink. That's how easy it is. Muscle Up, MarionTrainer.com. So as we start to wrap up today's episode, I want you to think about the areas in your life that needs change. Are there places where you've been choosing to stay the same because it feels safe? Remember, if you're not changing, you're choosing. So choose growth, choose progress, and choose a life that reflects your true potentials. So, and if you're inspired by this show today, start making changes. And if you need more guidance, head over to Mariontrainer.com. Get your copy of Me versus Me. It's packed with insights and strategies to help you make informed choices and embrace change. Follow me at Marion Trainer. It's Facebook, YouTube, now newly Twitch, also Lemon 8. I'm trying to get out there. I'm trying to learn this social media platform because there's technology growing and changing every day. And if you like what you're hearing, Y'all know how I do. I try to keep it simple. But I also will tell you this right here. If not you, then who? If not now, then when? Also, and I try to end some of the times in this what I tell you guys, but I want to tell you a story. There was a time that I was faced with, it's like with the kidney transplant. When I was not believing that I was getting sick, and the days that, your mind is telling you, I can do this, but my body was like really failing. And I was resisting getting help. But what I learned from that, and just to give you a thought about that, when I finally did go to the emergency room, told them what my symptoms was, they immediately took me back. Later on, I found out that I had 10 pounds of fluid on my chest. Now, imagine if I would have waited. I probably wouldn't have made it through the end of the day. So what I'm telling you is, just like I said, if you're not changing, you're choosing. And if I would not have changed my mindset that day, I probably would have chosen not a good outcome. It would not have been a good outcome. So what I'm telling you is, and when I tell you, if not you, then who? If not now, then when? What I'm saying is, why not you? Why not now? Be the change you want to be. Better yet, be the change you need to be. But I want to thank you all for joining me today. Let's keep making choices that lead to change. And I want to thank you all for following me on this journey. If you like what I'm putting out, send me a shout out. Let me know that you want this to keep coming, because I want to affect change. And if you don't feel like you need change, maybe somebody needs, family member, friends, co-workers, spouses. Send it to them. Because the one thing that we should all do is be mindful of the people we are around. Listen to their mood. Listen to what they're saying, because sometimes what they're not saying is what they really want to say. It's kind of like asking a person, how are you doing? And they say, I'm good. I'm fine. And most people, the people who know me, and when you ask me, you see me, I'm always smiling. And my smile there's a lot behind the smile. There is a lot behind the smile. That's why I smile. Because there were times where that smile could have been gone permanently. And I don't want that. So I can leave you with this. Let your smile be your umbrella. So when life trials and tribulations come along, and it rains with life trials and tribulations, you won't get wet. Y'all take care. And remember, I say it all the time, and I'll continue to say it. Not you, then who? If not now, then when? Y'all take care.
At Mariontrainer.com, we go beyond just workouts. Here you'll find everything you need to achieve lasting change, from fitness training and personalized meal plans to motivational ebooks and exclusive coaching calls. Visit Mariontrainer.com today.